Higan's path to vengeance leads him to be a consistent target of the ninja army led by Master Yamaji. He will eventually team up with FBI agents Mark and Emma to figure out the truth about the enemy Higan is facing. This will lead them to the tech company called AUZA. And it turns out that there's more to this tech giant than meets the eye. With the new enemies on Higan's way, find out if he will still be able to survive in the end. In an art museum across the country, a statue is painted with tomato sauce from fallen security guards. In the meantime, security guards are escorting their boss outside to ensure his safety. Just as he prays fervently to God for protection from the demons chasing him, wrinkly white hands emerge from behind the car seats and start snapping the necks like a satisfying ASMR. The car then spirals out of control, crashing into a tree and bursting into flames. The man with the body of a toddler appears to be the mastermind of the assassination. His next target is Higan, and he seems to have a personal desire to have Higan's long meat. He desires to meet Higan in the flesh. Later, the man enjoys a fancy dinner when his boss, Master Yamaji, arrives. After telling how bored he has been with his last mission, he expresses his desire to have something more exhilarating. However, Yamaji dismisses his words and emphasizes that his job is to eliminate whoever he is instructed to. Upon realizing that the boss is not in the mood, the little man asks him about the necessity of investing resources in pursuing the defective ninjas. Yamaji insists that defectors are no longer considered ninjas and must be eradicated to safeguard their secret art. The little man reluctantly admits that Higan really catches his attention. Apparently, Higan is infamous for his mastery of numerous ninja arts and his merciless approach to eliminating his targets. Yamaji informs him that they have previously managed to kill Higan, but he resurrected himself using secret ninja arts. This information further excites the little man to confront him as soon as possible. The organization is determined to guarantee Higan's elimination. However, the little man believes it will be more satisfying if he himself will kill Higan. As he leaves with his height-boosting chair, he suddenly asks about another ninja known as the Reaper. Elsewhere, Reaper, whose real name is Zai, faces his former master after defeating a group of ninjas. The master calls out Zai's violent actions of eliminating the defector ninjas on behalf of the organization. The former master readies his sword to fight Zai. He unleashes a devastating gust of wind, seemingly impossible to evade, but Zai remains unscathed. The master notices that Zai's sword is missing. Just like that, he realizes that Zai already managed to penetrate his sword into his body. He collapses to the ground, contemplating the day when Zai will join him in the depths of hell. Meanwhile, the little man thinks that the Reaper must have intentions to confront someone as formidable as Higan. Although this may be true, Master Yamaji has already issued a strict order forbidding any engagement with Higan. In the meantime, at the police department, Mike is facing a problem with regard to the unfortunate situation involving the Chinese restaurant owner. Following the chaos that erupted during their meeting, the police department took advantage of the situation and falsely implicated the owner in a Chinese money laundering scheme. Despite knowing the accusations are baseless, Mike finds himself in a predicament where he must comply with upper management's orders to protect his job. Unfortunately, there seems to be no way out for Mike, and soon his boss confronts him about it. They decide to take a break from the office and head to a serene lake in the nearby park. It is there that his boss advises him to stay away from this matter because digging deeper will only lead to trouble. However, Mike is determined to uncover the truth. His boss resorts to an unconventional tactic and informs Mike that he doesn't need to come to work. Nevertheless, Mike isn't being fired. He's simply on paid leave until his retirement day in another location. Higan stays in an abandoned building, blacksmithing a sword. Suddenly, his memories of his deceased family flood his mind, causing him to vomit in a corner. When the panic attack subsides, he regains his composure and notices someone approaching. A car pulls up, and Mike steps out, ranting about Higan's remote location, which is hard to find. The two enter the building and discuss the unique alloy used in the blades of the attackers from the restaurant. Upon analysis, they realize the alloy was produced by AUZA, suggesting a connection between the attackers and the ninjas. Mike mentioned that he would conduct an investigation to see if there was any information available, but AUZA was extremely dangerous and seemed to have control over the entire FBI. Higan informs Mike that they are responsible for the death of his family, so he plans to seek revenge on each one of them. However, Mike clarifies that he is still committed to justice, and if necessary, he will have to apprehend Higan for his actions. Nevertheless, numerous corrupt individuals at the FBI need to be dealt with first, and Mike proposes that they establish a truce to assist each other in achieving their objectives. Logan hands him a mug and pours a drink from his flask to mark their alliance. As Mike takes his sip, he realizes it's not alcohol but an energy drink. Higan assures him that it's just an energy drink. Mike mentioned that someone knowledgeable about AUZA was coming to their location. Moments later, Emma finally arrives, pointing out that the car she brought is her pride and glory. Mike doesn't give a damn, but Higan recognizes her car as one of the best cars designed by famous designers in the 20th century. When Higan expresses his concern about Emma knowing the truth, Mike reassures him that Emma is a trusted friend who also analyzes the weapons for them. Moments later, they all get into the car because Emma has something important to show them. It turns out she has transformed her car into her own computer hacking system, granting her access to a wide range of information from all around the world. According to her research, AUZA seems to have its hands in almost every imaginable technology. However, being a multinational trillion-dollar company, AUZA is not without its dark rumors. Everything that poses a threat to AUZA's reputation, whether a rival company leader or a journalist, has met an untimely demise in mysterious accidents. It seems like all the convenient deaths raise suspicions, and Emma is convinced that ninjas are behind it. Meanwhile, at an AUZA research facility, they simply continue developing their technology to become a common name in the tech world, aiming to monopolize all tech industries. The company president returns to his office after meeting with researchers, only to be confronted by Mater Yamaji. Mater Yamaji believes AUZA agents interfered because they wanted to test new weapons, but Mater Yamaji doesn't appreciate it. On the other hand, as Higan and the two filter the information, he suddenly pushes Mike aside as a blade pierces through the car's roof. Emma starts driving in an attempt to escape their attacker, but the enemy continues to thrust the sword into the roof of the car. Mike attempts to shoot at the attacker, but it doesn't seem to work at all. Higan then decides to take matters into his own hands and stabs the guy, just as they thought they were safe. Here comes Truck Kun to join the action and crashes into them. Higan is the first to regain consciousness, while the other two remain unconscious from the impact. Nevertheless, the battle is still far from over, as the attacker stands before them, firing spikes. Higan quickly pulls Mike to safety and jumps out of the car to confront the masked attacker. A fierce battle takes place as they race through the city streets. Eventually, they find themselves on the roof of a building, where the attacker reveals robotic tentacles. Higan then uses his ninjutsu skills to manifest extra arms, and grabs hold of the tentacles, projecting around the attacker. However, the attacker has more tricks up his sleeve, launching missiles at Higan. Fortunately, Higan skillfully evaded every attack while in midair, and took the opportunity to swiftly impale the assassin's head. He then dragged the lifeless body to the rooftop's edge before removing the camera from it. The little man observed the entire situation through the camera, and Higan looks at it and he conveys his intention to pursue him next. Moments later, Higan prepared to depart while paramedics attended to Mike and Emma. However, just as he was about to leave, one of his one-time used phones rang. Upon hearing the voice, Higan was shocked that the caller knew him. We'll pick this up next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe.